Hey friends, it's Lisa. Welcome and thank you for watching another one of my videos. So today, in the spirit of continuous improvement, I am going through my eyeshadow palette collection. I have a lot. I am not in the makeup industry. I am just an enthusiast and a consumer. And I also want to maybe make more space in my place. So this isn't even all of them. I couldn't get them all in the frame on the bed. So I am just gonna go through and share what I have and talk myself into letting some of these things go. This is really hard for me. I'm just gonna state off the bat. Let's see. First, we'll start over here. These are all Nomad palettes. So I'm gonna try to do this so my camera doesn't fall over. This is the brand new New Zealand Stargazing. It just came out this week. I got it yesterday. I'm using it today on my eyes. It is stunning. I am not getting rid of this. I'm actually not going to get rid of any of my Nomads. So here is the Royal Europe palette. Gorgeous. This is the Hudson Valley Perfect Fall palette. This is the Ghost Town USA palette. And this is beautiful. I love it. Not getting rid of this. This is the Cartagena Mexica palette. I love this for summer. It is so pretty. This one is new as well to me. This is one of their older palettes, but this is the Iceland Land of Ice and Fire. Oh, it's so pretty. Haven't tried it yet. And then another one that I just got in my order is the Okavango Safari. And I have not tried this yet, but it's beautiful, so keeping that as well. Okay. That was the easy part because I knew I was keeping all of those. This is the Rose Quartz palette by Huda Beauty. I was so excited when I first got it, but I actually don't like it. I've never made a look on my eyes that I was satisfied with, so I'm gonna let this one go. This is a Revolution Beauty. I picked this up. It's very gimmicky with like gemstones. I maybe only use this once. I never reach for this, and if I want these colors, I'm sure I have them somewhere else in my collection. So I'm gonna let this one go. This is from, oh, I have two Revolution. Okay, this is from Revolution Beauty. This is the Maxi Reloaded palette. It's 45 shades. I'm gonna get rid of this. It's pretty, you know, neutral, basic, which is fine. But it also just smells like inexpensive eyeshadow. So I'm gonna get rid of this one as well. Here are the collection of e.l.f. bite-sized palettes that I have. I have Pumpkin Pie, which I haven't even opened yet. The Sugar, Cream and Sugar. I accidentally dug my finger in that brown. Rose Water. Hot Jalapeno. And Orange Dreamsicle. I'm gonna get rid of Hot Jalapeno. I love this color story, but I have these shadows if I need it somewhere else in my collection. I'm also gonna get rid of the Cream and Sugar. It's beautiful, it's neutral, but I have this color story somewhere else in my collection. And for right now, I'm gonna keep these three. These are mini palettes from Lorac. This is the Frosted Sequoia and Sparkling palette. This one's really beautiful, but it came damaged and I never did anything about it, but I have used it. This is Sparkling. These are gonna go in the maybe pile, maybe pile. This is from Rare Beauty. This is the Confident Energy palette. I really wanted this palette for a while, and I got it before it was discontinued off of the Sephora website. I actually really love this palette. It's beautiful. It's all shimmers. I am going to keep it. These three Sigmas I purchased last year, and I like them all. So right now I'm going to keep them. I also from Sigma have the Quarter Rosa palette. Love this. Ooh, there's a brush. I'm going to keep this one as well. Sorry, this is just like intensely challenging for me. Okay. Next we have the Juvia's Place Culture. I don't know if it's called Culture or the Explorer or just the Culture, but I know there's like a second one now. This one's got all of the vibrant rainbow colors that I could ever need. So as of right now, I'm going to keep this palette. These are my two Profusion palettes. This is the Nudes, and this is the Nudes Bliss. This one is really great, inexpensive. It was like $5.98. It's really pretty for just like basic nudes. So I am going to keep this. And then Nude Bliss, I like this palette. It was like 10 bucks at Walmart, but I think I'm going to get rid of it just because some of these shades on the top row are kind of close but not a repeat of Nude palette. And then also I have these berries. I have, I think, other palettes where I could grab these colors, so I'm going to declutter this. I have the Melt Cosmetics Bad Side Zodiac. This is the Earth palette. I really like this color story, and I'm not an Earth sign. I'm an air sign, but I'm gonna keep this because I do like this color story, and I think the color payoff is nice. This is the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. This one, just pastels. I don't wear this one often, but this is fun for like spring and summer, so I am going to keep it. Okay, so these right here are all the palettes that I have from Odin's Eye. These three I got last year. They are part of, I think, the Perfect World trio. So this is the Flora Story palette. I'm going to keep this. This is the Sea Talk palette. Going to keep this. Spoiler alert, I'm going to keep all my Odin's Eyes. But I'm still just going to show what I have. And then this is the Planet Spirit. And I'm going to keep this. And this is the Merry Christmas palette. Love this, keeping this. And then this is the Gila, the collaboration between Odin's Eye and Angelica. I'm going to keep this as well. All of my Odin's Eyes are staying. So this is from Lethal Cosmetics. This is the Night Flower palette. I think I might actually declutter this one. Unless I should, maybe I should pop, you can pop these out. So maybe I will pop these out and put them in a Z palette. I just never reach for this palette ever. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. It's not one that I reach for. So I'm gonna put this in my maybe pile. Now these four are from Cosmic Brushes, which is now becoming Cosmic Beauty. I'm keeping all of these. These are Delicious Delights. Beautiful, just fun colors. This is the Winter Wonderland palette. Love it. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. This is the Serenity palette. Keeping this. And then this is the Muse palette. Keeping this. And then this is the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer. It is a chess theme. Chess, like the game. It actually has a chessboard. It's hilarious. I'm keeping this. I mean, it's so clunky. You can't take it anywhere, but I actually really enjoy the color story. So this is pinks and purples. And these are greens, yellows, browns. I really like the shadow quality of this. I enjoy it every time I use it. So I'm going to keep this. Plus I just think it's fun. Next I have my two Tarte. So I have Tarte Maneater, which I believe was their Christmas release 2022. This is gonna go in the maybe pile. I don't like the embossed leopard print shadows. I don't know. Oh, and then this is the Tartelette in Full Bloom. This came out, I think, holiday of 2021. I actually love this palette. It's one of my favorite palettes to turn to for work looks. And it also smells like chocolate, I think. And like it's supposed to, but oh, this is probably a better way to do it. Yeah, I just love this palette for work looks. So I'm going to keep this one. These are my 3 Natasha Denonas. So first I have the Mini Retro, which I like this mini palette. It's very fun. This is the Yucca palette. It is, I love the idea of these colors. Oh, sorry. I love the idea of these colors, but I don't know. But I'm gonna keep it. And then this is the I Need a Nude palette. I bought this with my Ulta points, so I got this for free, but I'm going to keep this one as well. Still on the fence about Natasha Denona. So we're over here on this side of the bed. This is the Lime Crime Venus 2 XL2. This is like a really beautiful spring palette, but I've had this one for a really long time. So I'm gonna declutter this one. This is the LA Girl Festy Bestie. Such bright colors. It's fun for summer. I'm gonna keep this one. I have my 3 Anastasia Beverly Hills, or also known as ABH palettes. This one was my, like, when I first started getting into makeup for reals, maybe back in 2014, 2015. I got this when it came out, and it was like, it was the palette. It was the girl. Beautiful color story, but I've had this for a very long time, so I'm going to declutter this one. This is the Soft Glam palette. Again, beautiful color story, but I am going to declutter this one because I've had it for a very long time. This is a newer release. This is the Nouveau palette. I'm gonna keep this just because it is rather new. I think it's like within the last year or so. It doesn't excite me, but I do love it for just like neutral looks. But I feel like I got hooked into, like with the influencers, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna get it. And now I'm like, oh, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Here are my 2 Simply Posh palettes. I have Aurora Lights, which is their newest release. This is for winter, and it's gorgeous and I love it. And then this is from their summer of 2023. This is Citrus Punch. I love this color story. I wear it in the summer. It's beautiful, it's bright, and I'm going to keep it. Okay, now I finally feel like a woman because, I'm just kidding. I have my first Mothership palette. This is Pat McGrath, and this is the Mothership 7 Divine Rose. I got this, I felt like a Ulta Points millionaire. I bought this with Ulta Points. This is just the plastic. I haven't taken it off. But oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. These retail for $128. I got it for free with my Ulta Points. So, like I said, I feel like an Ulta Point millionaire, a badass. I love it when I go into Ulta and I buy stuff with points, but I like the way I do it, you know, is like so good and savvy, and then the cashiers even have to give me credit because they're like, oh my god. But yeah, so I got this for free and I love it. Okay, next I have my Only Blend Bunnies palette. This is the Dollhouse palette. It's beautiful. So basically you would hold it this way, but perfect neutrals, lovely. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna get into some of my color pops here. We have the Smoking Hot palette. I mean, I love this color story. It's right up my alley. I'm gonna keep it. I really love actually all of my color pop big palettes. It's a mood. Gorgeous colors, keeping it. Play It Jewel. Beautiful jewel tones, keeping it. The Aurora Struck palette. I love this palette. Just beautiful you know, ethereal tones, keeping it. What is the MVP of my eyeshadow collection? Stone Cold Fox. I wear this at least once or twice a week for work. Quarry Days right here, my most used shadow out of everything I own. But yeah, I mean, the shadow fallout doesn't lie. Like, I use this palette, and so I'm gonna keep it. I love it, it's my favorite. And then your Golden. Fun color story. I haven't really used this that much. Use some of the browns, but I'm gonna keep it. Love my ColourPop palettes. Oh my god, I have this basket here. So we're gonna go through it. But before this, I'm gonna go through my Urban Decay Naked Honey. This palette was like my go-to everyday for years. Weirdly enough though, I haven't hit pan on it, but I'm gonna declutter it. But I loved this palette. It has served me. It was my trusty companion for quite a while. So, but I'm gonna say goodbye. But I do love this palette, but I've just had it for a while, and I have other golden shades and browns that I would use over this now, but great palette. Okay, I have two from Fantasy Cosmetica. I have the Warlock palette. Fun, 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 beautiful colors. And then I have the original Druid palette. It has since been repackaged with to kind of like match the stained glass look of all the other ones, but this is the original. And honestly, my favorite. These grungy earth tones. That middle shade, Serenity. One of my favorite shades in my entire eyeshadow collection. I love, love, love this palette. Sorry that the camera keeps moving. I'm on my bed, and so of course, like, as I move, the camera moves. I apologize. This is my Glamlight Chocolate Martini palette. I think I'm going to declutter this palette. I don't turn to this palette really ever. I used to, but I have a bunch of other neutrals that I would use over this one. This is the Lorac Gold. This is a this is a palette I've had for quite some time. That's just like a speck of gold shadow on that other one. But I'm gonna get rid of this one. I never use it. I had it from like when I first started getting into makeup, and it just doesn't do anything for me anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is these shadows are like, F you, lady. But this is the Persona Identity palette. All the browns. I'm gonna get rid of this palette. It doesn't do anything for me, and I never use it. This one I've never used, but I think there's mold in it. Anyway, this is a Too Faced chocolate. Was there mold? Oh yeah, that one. That one has mold in it. I think a couple of them have mold. I bought this at the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta, and I've never used it. And it grew mold regardless. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is the Glossier Monochrome in Prairie. I was so excited and hyped for this, but this one just didn't work for me. This was like an olivey, brown, green, yellow, like in theory. So the whole premise of these are the same color, but in 3 different finishes. There's a matte, a shimmer, and a glitter. Or like matte, satin, and glitter. I don't know, it just doesn't look good on my eyes. So I'm gonna get rid of this. This is from, oh, I should have had this with the Revolution, but this is from Revolution. This is the Maple Glazed. It's a little donut, and that's a little soft. I used the crap out of this one, especially when I was living in New York. This was one of my go-to everyday palettes, but I'm gonna declutter it, but it has served me well. This is the Alter Ego Canyon palette, and this is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. It's really pretty. I enjoy this palette. I haven't worn it in a really long time, just because I've been playing with all my other shadows, but I'm going to keep this palette. This is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Love Signs. It's a 24 shadow and 1 highlighter. I maybe only use this one like once. It's one of those like baked shadows, so they're all hard. I mean, I think the premise is really cute, but I don't ever reach for this one, so I am going to declutter this one. This is the MAC Surprise Eyes eyeshadow warm. I don't know, it's from like their Christmas collection, and like it has this like gimmicky thing where it's like, ooh, look at this, hypnotic. I never use this one. It just doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to declutter this one. This is from Lethal. This is just a palette case, and then I picked my own singles. So I made my like perfect dream neutral palette, and so I'm going to keep these because I actually individually picked all of these colors to put in here. So this is my own perfect neutral palette, and so I'm going to keep it. This is a ColourPop by the Rosé. I love this palette. I'm going to keep it. It's really beautiful in terms of like when I just want to have like a rosy eye. It's not a new palette in their collection, but I did just buy this like a year ago. So I'm gonna keep this. I have these 3 monochromatic ColourPops. I have It's My Pleasure, The Soul, and Aha Honey. I've never like even really used this one, but I'm going to declutter it. It's My Pleasure I have used, actually. I've used quite a bit, but I think I could probably pull from other palettes. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. Am I gonna get rid of this one? Yes, get rid of this one. And lastly, we have the Soul palette. I love this color story, but I think I have these colors in other palettes, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Next, we have a single shadow in Woodwink from MAC. I got this as like a gift with purchase. Beautiful color, but I think I'm going to declutter it. It's a great one and done, but I'm gonna declutter it. This is a e.l.f. No Budge cream eyeshadow in the shade Golden Rays. I'm gonna get rid of this. I bought it, I used it once, and it just wasn't for me. So cream eyeshadow and I sometimes just don't mix, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I have 2 shadows. These are from ColourPop. They were like a zodiac thing. This is Leo. It's very pretty. And this is Gemini, which I am a Gemini, so I felt like compelled that I had to get it. I don't ever use these. Probably because they're in this box, but like they're beautiful colors, but I don't ever use them. So I think I'm gonna declutter them. There's dust. This is a single shadow from Natasha Denonna's Glam palette. This is the shade Outer Eyelid, because I think the Glam palette has like, the names are all just like the placement in the eye. This was like a free gift with Sephora purchase. It's pretty, but I'm going to declutter it. I have 2 Glossier lid stars. This is Bun, and this is Herb. I just got this on Black Friday 2023. This is a beautiful like chartreuse, which is my favorite color tone, so I'm gonna keep this one. This is Bun. I'm actually gonna declutter this one. I've had this for a while. It's very pretty, but I'm gonna declutter it. So okay, this is the Kosas Heat. It's a liquid eyeshadow. It doesn't do anything for me, so I am going to declutter it. This is the Kaja Bento Box in Orange Blossom. I'm gonna keep this solely because one of my favorite shades of all my eyeshadows is this orange. I think this is called like Sun Tea or something like that. I don't know. This orange shade of shimmer is honestly probably in my top 3 shadows that I own in my whole collection. So I'm gonna keep this one. And then this is the KVD, well, this is back when it was Kat Von D, but now it's KVD, whatever. This is the Kat Von D Sinners Sate palette. Let's see how I can do this. So this palette, I'm actually gonna keep. It's very pretty much for sentimental reasons. I bought this right after I moved back from New York, and I was going through a big life change, and I don't know, I bought this like right after I got home, and that's when I really started experimenting with color. This palette kind of helped me. I was just wearing like either golds and just neutrals. And this palette really helped me, you know, break out of my comfort zone, and now I wear colorful eyeshadow and everything, and this just is like sentimental purpose. So even if I never use this one, plus it's just gorgeous packaging, I'm gonna be keeping this one because of what it means to me in my heart. So there's this one. And then lastly, we got this container here. These are some shadow sticks from e.l.f. I love these, and I will be keeping them. And then these are a bunch of Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. I love these. They're so great, and I use them this week, and they're still not dry, so I will be keeping all of them. These shadows, I'm keeping these palettes. And then over here, I'm decluttering all of these. Going back to my maybe pile, I'm gonna declutter all of these. I'm just gonna get rid of them. I'm just gonna say goodbye. So I will try to remember to put the tally of the palettes that I kept versus the palettes that I decluttered. But if not, there was a lot for me. So if you liked this video or found any of the information helpful, please think about giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. And until next time, guys, stay well. Bye.